This is Mitch King with the January 5th Monday evening daily stock report. Let's take a look at a few stock charts and look at the patterns that have been developing. This yellow line is a resistance level, or kind of a trend line I'm using as a resistance level. The last 2 days, Apple's moved up on the news that Steve Jobs has disclosed his health condition as a hormone imbalance after cancer treatment he had some years ago. So the market liked that and has run up $10 a share. And we're just coming up on that trend line, or that resistance level I'm using, suggesting that this possibly could have a slight selling from that. It might come up a little bit more, but I'd be prepared to be selling this on a short-term sell signal. This wasn't a big potential to begin with on this particular trade, so I'd consider selling this. Let's take a look at some other stocks that have the similar pattern. Here's a trend line using the last 3.5 months of data from the first week of October. You can see the high right there, here, and here. And the assumption is that this could head this way, which would follow the pattern that's previously been done with this stock. My suggestion here is that the stock has moved up a little under 10% since it came on the recommended list here. And again, you've been hearing this the last couple reports that we're looking for a little bit of a sell-off here, nothing radical. But don't forget that just a few short weeks ago we had some pretty extreme selling, and I don't think that's totally out of the question again. IBM is a little bit stronger than the others, but I'm still interpreting a short-term sell signal on this as well. Here's Chevron, pretty typical of the major oil companies. It might have a little bit left in it, but I think we're still at the top of this pattern here. And we probably will have a more mild selling pressure on the oil stocks compared to other stocks on that list. This is the NASDAQ Composite. We're really in a kind of a no man's land for a few days until we get the odds kind of swing on our side. The odds are against us to make money if we hold these on a short-term basis. I'm really suggesting that we don't hold these through a longer period of time and try to get a lower price from here. And if we leave some money on the table and these continue to move up for some reason, then don't let it bother you. We just got to play the percentages, and the signals are really starting to say to sell for most of a week. Let's take a look at a few of the housing stocks. Here's D.R. Horton. We have been waiting and watching for a short entry on this one. They went up with the other stocks as well. Let's look at KB Homes, Toll Brothers. Let's look at Pulte Homes, Lennar. We're just letting these run up and see if we can find a good point at which we could enter a small short position. Conseco has pulled back from that price of 5.16 a couple days ago, but it's still within the definition of a hold on a intermediate swing or intermediate long position. You know, as long as it stays in that channel, it looks pretty good to hold for now. And a lot of these low price stocks do really well in that first month of January of the year, and especially this year it has the potential, as these low pricers tend to do quite well. Note that Bank of America chart looks really awful, so I just put out on the text just to straight out sell that. I wanted to show you First Solar today as an intraday trade. You're looking at a 5-minute chart here. The stock gapped up a little bit, had a shallow pullback, and then it just really zoomed up, and that's what you're looking for. Right here where the moving average turns up and crosses up through the slow moving average. I've got this on a 5 days and a 15-day moving averages on the red one and 5 on the light blue. So this one here gave about $151 at the low to a high of $159.50. So that's an excellent one. $8 on a $150 stock should be about 7.5%, 7.6% profit on the first run. That's really nice. Let me pull up the other indicators. Here you're looking at the stochastics, and you'll see the bottom right here on the percent K and the D turning up along with that moving average. And that's really what you're looking for. Apple kind of gave a trickier one. Apple gave more of a bullish trend all day, not a huge drop and pop. And we only see here between the bottom and top here about $1.75, so that's not even 2%, which is pretty typical. Between 1 and 3% in a normal market you're going to see these scalps, and that's about what you're trying for. We got a little bit more on First Solar. I think that these two stocks are really the right ones for the next day or so, and we'll look for some others. Amazon.com is what you're looking at here, and that's what we saw here. A pretty big drop from 55.70 down to 53.10, and then a bounce about $1.50. So you're looking at about a little over 3% move here, from here to here, from here to right here. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.